Okay, so we're gonna walk down there. I haven't been down there, I think, all summer because since spring this has grown up, and there was some kind of a critter down here. I don't know what kind of critter it is. It don't seem to be a raccoon or or even a skunk. The first time I seen this critter, it popped up over I call it a ridge, the edge of the bank, and it sat over here, and it was munching on the grass, or not necessarily. There's all kinds of stuff down here. It's not really grass. It's more weeds and just wild vegetation. And but it was sitting there nibbling, and it jumped after it was eating. It jumped into the water and was swimming, and it had a long, wonky tail. And the next encounter that I had, it was larger in size, like about the size of a small raccoon. But like I said, it had a long tail, not hairy, kind of resembled a possum tail. But this critter, I seen it down in the water at a different point, and it was swimming around real crazy and splashing the water, and it was all crazy looking. So since I got that John Deere, I kind of mowed this down a little bit, and so let's take a walk. I'll take you guys with me, that way you can fend off whatever we might encounter. And let's go down and take a peek. There's a hole right there. There's a piece of paper. I don't know where that come from. I don't know if the little critter's collecting paper to write home. Let everybody know what's happening. I don't know. Okay. Well, looking at that rock, there's another critter hole. Get a lot of that around here. Somebody's flip-flop coming down the river. Let me zoom back out. I was trying to clean this up because we enjoy going down there. At one point we had it cleaned up enough that we'd take our lawn chairs down here in the morning and sit there and drink coffee by the river. that lasted for maybe a month. Can't leave your chairs down there because occasionally you get people, in the summertime, you get people strolling down through the river, and if they encountered it, they'd surely say, "Ooh, free chairs! Let's take these." So you can't leave them down here. Not to mention, if you get a heavy rain, the river floods. Whatever you got sitting around getting washed down the river. Zoom me out the rest of the way here. All this debris right here is what the river, is driftwood from the river. Trying to see. Okay, see this piece of, looks like a 4x4 post. If you go up around the bend there used to be a suspension bridge. It was a walk bridge they made because there was a trail system they had through here. Somewhere out in the river, out there somewhere, maybe probably buried under all the sand and rock out there now, but there used to be a trail marker, and at the bottom of that, it was a 4x4 post also, with, it said trail. With an arrow pointing that way, because the trail went along the river here, and then you come up to that bridge. You could cross the river, and there was a trail over there. And then you come around to another bridge where it brought you back across to this side of the river, or up there where that bridge is, there was a place where you could go along the river, and then you come, if you look real close, I'll try to zoom in. If you look really close over here, right over there, at the base of that ledge, there's a rock ledge. You get up there, and it's about probably 1.5 to 2 foot wide, and it makes for a great walk path along the river. And down there beyond the first walk bridge, there's a trail that took you to a ledge like that on this side of the river, and you can take that around, and then the trail continued up to, there's a waterfall about a mile up the river there. It was a really nice trail system. The city used to take real good care of it, and as you can tell, they don't anymore. It's up to any upkeep that gets done down here is up to the people that live next to it, like me. I ain't gonna cut a path through here for people to come through and then be nosying at my yard or the neighbor's yard or my other neighbor's yard. And, because we try to look out for one another. But back in the day, there used to actually be a trail through here. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying before I got off on that tangent. down there in the water, you see that 4x4 post. That's part of the suspension bridge that was up there. It's falling apart, and as you can see, falls in the river and it gets hung up down here by my house till the next time it rains, which we haven't had any real rain in a while. And but when it does finally rain, the river floods, a lot of this will be carried away. And man, I really need to zoom out. Zoom in and zoom out. So I suspect that as the river floods, it's going to erode the soil right here. And judging by the angle of this tree, it's going to fall this way. Like, see, that tree fell across the river. This one's going to fall into the river. This log right here come from somewhere up the river there. I'll try to get out here sometime and show some more footage of the river when it's in the flood stage. I try to update all the time, but this grouping of trees is going to fall that way. I can tell by the way it's leaning. And then, so the river will cut across right there. It'd be pretty cool. In my opinion, I love to watch the changing of the river. I call it. I won't call it the evolution of the river, because it's not what it is. Just, they say that it takes a really long time for changes like that, but no, it don't. It doesn't take long at all. So that's enough of a rant for me. Y'all take care.